Buenos dias. Good morning. There's nothing like that first sip of coffee. So good. You know, a lot of these coffee chats that we're going to have are going to be things that I want to share with you that are part of my life, but also things that I come into contact in my days, even in the most recent days. And a theme something that keeps on coming up in my life right now with friends and family, close friends and family, is this idea of you, time for you, things for you, passion, interest, intrigue, curiosity, all this yours to have, yours to understand. Okay, maybe this is super conceptual, but I guess maybe let me break it down. Should we get started? Let's do it. I've been approached by certain friends and certain sisters of mine who are mothers. And I think that what's so universal about this topic is that it doesn't necessarily mean this applies to moms. I think this applies to anybody who, and I'll just speak from my experience as a woman, any woman who, or self-identified woman who feels like, they have to wear a lot of hats, right? So whether your mom hat is taking a lot of your space, or it's your career, or something you're really dedicated to, whether it's a social good, whatever, what have you. And I think the point of this is that a lot of the times we are taken over, right, consumed by certain parts of our lives and valid things that are important to us, right? But the one thing that we can never forget, and it always comes back to this, and again, the theme of you, is your relationship with you. For example, I think a lot of the times when we feel things like curiosity, or even the very human thing of jealousy. Yeah, I'm saying it. I think we've all been there. We've all felt jealous or curious. And those two things get really, really mixed up, right? Because when you see other people that are doing things and you're curious about why you're feeling, maybe you're feeling jealous, or maybe you're feeling unsure about seeing other people doing things, that's your intuition, right? And it's about looking inward, right? It's about what I've mentioned before, about checking in with yourself, about what is that feeling? And I really have come to find that curiosity means that your body's telling you something. It's saying, hey, why are we feeling this? Can we circle back on this? Can we figure out why we feel this way? Until you confront, right? You address what that is. It'll keep on festering, and it can become something bad, right? It can become something negative. But if you take that moment to be, okay, you know what, I'm gonna come, it's a few minutes before bed, and like, you know what, I was thinking that thing before. Let me like talk it out with a friend or a partner. Let me write it down. Like, what is this feeling? And a lot of the times, in my own experience, right, is that it means that my body and my gut is telling me, like, something's missing, or there's something that you have wanted to do, or you want to do, and you haven't really quite made the time. And time's a funny thing, right? There's only a certain amount of time you have in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, and in your life. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the times we feel like we don't have the time. And a lot of times we don't. And it's about, like they say, making the time. Literally carving. And I think they use that word carving for a reason, because it's like it's an effort. There's an effort in shaping and molding something that was once something and changing it. If you're feeling that way, that's a good, don't be afraid of feeling uncomfortable or unsure or curious, or dare I say the word jealous. I obviously don't want that word to go, get too extreme, but I think these are just hints of your body just saying, hey, checking in. And if there's something you really want to do, go for it. And it doesn't mean you have to go for it all at once. It's like dedicating a little time every day towards that. And there's such a sense of fulfillment, self-fulfillment, of knowing that you're listening to yourself, that you're putting yourself first, that you're taking care of yourself, just like you would a friend or a partner or a family member. You hear them out and you go, okay, how can I make things better for her? Well, it's like, dude, how can you make things better for you? When we think we don't have the time, I know trust me, getting up early in the morning, like everybody who knows me, they know I love my sleep. But, obviously I'm making these videos, I'm having a transformative moment in my life, and I'm realizing like getting up in the morning is worth it. I'm at like 6:30 right now that I'm getting up, which is pretty big for me. I'm trying to get to like getting up like at 6 or 5:30 to really like start my day. But little by little, you know, I think that's the thing, is like I'm so grateful to be able to want to do that. You know, there's, you know, dark times that we have, and I've had dark times where I don't want to get up, you know, at all, right? And so I think I'm just at a point in my life where I'm, you know, grateful that I've been able to get the help that I needed, have the support system that I have, nurturing that support system, and realizing that after everything that has been said and done, everything that I've experienced, is that it all really does come down to you, to that relationship you have one-on-one with yourself, and like what you're willing to do for yourself and what you're not. You know, because if you're willing to go out to bat for people around you, why can't you do the same for yourself, right? This isn't earth-shattering, but just a friendly reminder that like whenever you're feeling that way, it comes up a lot with moms, you know, which I think is a natural thing, you know, because kids are, you know, precious and all that good stuff. But also I think for anyone who's, you know, like has other hats, or for those who, you know, like I look at my life and I know that like work was really important to me, but you know, I was losing track of myself and what I needed and what I, you know, taking care of myself. If you take one thing away from today, is there's always time. There's always time for what you want, because you matter. Okay? So cheers to that.